Have you ever caught yourself dreaming of an amazing life full of achievements but feeling stuck? Like laziness had more power than your will? You're not alone. The truth is, a lot of people feel this way, but few know there's a path to break the cycle without relying on fleeting motivation or magic formulas. Imagine realizing that the only thing standing between you and success isn't talent or luck, but small strategic tweaks to your routine, your environment, and your mind. It's like someone handed you the secret manual for discipline, consistency, and self-confidence, and you're about to read every line. Best of all, every step you take transforms frustration into action, and action into real results. What once seemed impossible suddenly becomes something you can control, master, and enjoy. There's a silent kind of pain that eats at you from the inside. It's that feeling when you know you're capable of more but you're stuck in the same routine. Your mind dreams big, but your actions lag behind. Plans shine, but habits sabotage them. Even surrounded by motivational quotes, your heart sinks when the results don't show. It's like being in the middle of the ocean holding a paddle, but having no strength to row. Stuckness doesn't come from lack of talent. It comes from lack of consistency. A lot of folks think entrepreneurship is just about having brilliant ideas, but the real magic happens when you stick with it even when motivation fades. That's where discipline and emotional control come in, the invisible pillars that separate dreamers from doers. When you hit a wall, your brain starts whispering, "Is this really for me?" And doubt sneaks in. Funny enough, it's in that confusion that the game can turn. Every discomfort carries a hidden message. Hey, you weren't meant to stay stuck. When self-confidence begins to rebuild, even gradually, the spark reignites. What seems like defeat becomes a starting point. But to see that turn fully, you've got to take the next step. Few people get that real change doesn't start with an action, it starts with a decision. That moment when something inside you says, "Enough, I'm never going back to who I was." It's like tearing up an invisible contract with your past. Sounds simple, but it takes self-confidence and emotional control. Deciding to change is basically declaring war on your old habits. Discipline grows right from that point. When you start acting like the version of yourself you want to become, your brain begins to rewire. Doubt gives way to consistency, and results appear not by magic, but as a natural consequence. In entrepreneurship, the greats became great because they made an uncompromising decision to move forward, even when everyone said, "You won't make it." And here's the cool part. After that decision, your energy shifts. The days are still tough, of course, but your perspective changes. Motivational quotes suddenly make sense. The old you gradually fades away. But to make this new version thrive, there's one detail most people overlook, and it's hidden in the environment around you. You can't plant seeds of change in toxic soil. Entrepreneurship, discipline, even emotional control need fertile ground to grow. Your environment is that ground. If all around you is distraction, negativity, and noise, your focus evaporates, and consistency falters. It's impossible to thrive surrounded by what drags you down. And the funny thing, sometimes the enemy lives at home, disguised as comfort. Creating an environment that supports progress is an act of self-love. Clear the clutter, organize the chaos, and make a space where the new you can feel at home. This applies to your workspace, the people you hang out with, the content you consume. Small physical changes create massive mental shifts, reigniting consistency when it's been dormant. Of course, adapting your environment doesn't happen overnight. It's a constant exercise in self-confidence and emotional control, resisting the pull of old patterns. Make the change inevitable. If your surroundings push you the right way, even tough days become learning moments. But before mastering this, there's one feeling to understand. That discomfort that hits when you realize you're not giving your best. Disappointment tastes bitter, but it's one of the most powerful growth boosters. When you feel that sting of underperforming, it signals that desire is still alive. Only those who care get disappointed. The key is not to run from it, but to turn it into action. Real entrepreneurship begins when pain sparks movement. Instead of avoiding disappointment, a wise person talks to it. They observe, breathe, and use emotional control to understand the hidden message. Hey, maybe it's time to change direction. That's what separates whiners from winners. Discipline and consistency grow strongest on days when pride hurts, but the drive to win speaks louder. Here's the coolest part. After embracing the pain, something inside shifts. Self-confidence rebuilds. Motivational quotes feel alive. and focus locks in. Every disappointment becomes a reminder. There's more to do, more to achieve, more to prove. But to turn that energy into direction, you need clarity about the life you truly want. Most people stay busy but have no clue where they're going. It's like rowing hard with no compass. Exhaustion hits, results vanish. Defining a clear vision is the first step to aligning discipline, consistency, and purpose. That's when entrepreneurship stops being just about money and starts being about direction. Knowing what life you want to build and why. A fuzzy vision makes distractions look like opportunities. Clarity saves energy and strengthens self-confidence. Focus becomes magnetic. Motivational quotes stop being empty words and turn into road signs. The trick is to write down your vision in detail. How you want to live, who you want around, what you want to feel, how you want to contribute. Everything starts in the mind before showing up in the world. As the vision takes shape, responsibility grows. It's like holding a flame. It needs attention, emotional control, and daily small acts. That's why the next step is crucial. Understanding how to turn this vision into real progress. Tracking every move to ensure your dream becomes reality. Most folks want big results, but forget they're born from small daily wins. The trick is to treat today seriously. Plan tomorrow tonight, measure what matters, and celebrate every win, no matter how small. In entrepreneurship, tracking progress builds consistency that turns any goal into reality. Discipline bridges dreams and reality. Simple metrics, hours slept, time focused, actions taken, keep you in tune with your journey. This habit builds self-confidence because even slow days show forward motion. And motion equals life. Tracking progress also demands emotional control. Some days won't feel productive, and that's fine. The key is to keep the rhythm. Consistency is what delivers great results. And when your environment feels limiting, there's a simple fix. A new physical space can unlock the mind. When your mind stalls, your body cries for movement. Changing your physical environment is an underrated strategy in entrepreneurship and life. Sometimes it's not lack of discipline, it's too much routine. A new spot, a cafe, library, park, can spark ideas and energy. Small external tweaks lead to big internal changes, reigniting consistency. Humans thrive on stimuli. Seeing, hearing, and feeling the same things daily puts the brain on autopilot. In that mode, results dry up. A new setting forces your mind to adapt. Think differently, act differently. This simple act strengthens self-confidence and emotional control. Life demands flexibility after all. The best part? You don't need much, just intention. Changing your environment reminds you that you always have a choice. You can reshape your context anytime. But escaping old behaviors requires another step, moving from learning to immediate action. Lots of people get stuck in endless learning. Watch videos, read books, consume motivational quotes, but stay put. This edutainment trap entertains but doesn't deliver entrepreneurship results. Real growth happens when knowledge turns into action, no matter how small, consistently. Without it, self-confidence shrinks and results remain out of reach. The secret is acting immediately. Test insights, experiment with ideas. Memorizing formulas or listening to success stories isn't enough. Practice strengthens discipline and emotional control. Even stumbling forward sparks real progress, and it's addictive. Cool thing, action creates real learning. The loop closes. Those who act understand more, and those who understand act better, building unstoppable consistency. But acting wisely means guarding against influences that derail your focus, which brings us to the next point. Sometimes the biggest hurdle isn't outside. It's close by. People, habits, or routines draining your energy can be subtle but powerful. Step 1. Recognize them and gradually distance yourself, no drama. This protects your discipline and consistency. Your environment shapes your results. This takes self-confidence and emotional control. Stepping away is liberating, not selfish. Creating space for what truly matters gives your mind room to breathe and progress naturally. Motivational quotes turn into real reminders of your path. The beauty? Carefully curating influences accelerates growth. Each positive habit or supportive person becomes fuel. Yet one last challenge remains to maximize focus, mastering the art of saying no. Saying no is an underrated skill in entrepreneurship. Your schedule often fills with tasks that don't produce results but feel urgent. Learning to decline what doesn't matter is an exercise in discipline and consistency. Every no opens space for what truly counts. It takes self-confidence and emotional control to say no without guilt. Avoiding distractions saves energy for action and growth. Motivational quotes become living reminders of the value of your time. Mastering no gives you control, and your results reflect that. Interestingly, becoming selective changes your life almost immediately. Focus sharpens, discipline strengthens, and small decisions gain weight. But before reaping the rewards, there's one invisible step that turns action into lasting habit. After going through each step, the picture is clear. Entrepreneurship, discipline, consistency, and emotional control aren't isolated concepts. They're a chain of small decisions reinforcing each other. Every choice, tweak, and no fuels self-confidence and the results you crave. Transformation is real but gradual. The most powerful part? The path doesn't end here. Learning becomes action. Action builds momentum, and momentum drives growth. Every small win proves stuckness is just a distant memory. Motivational quotes make sense now, reflecting your experience, not just someone else's words. Looking ahead, the next step is personal. Live this new version, track every move, act with discipline, protect your focus, and stay consistent. The cycle restarts and the journey moves toward something greater. Now that you know each step to break stagnation and turn dreams into results, the question is, are you going to keep letting old habits and distractions decide your future? Or will you take control once and for all? Every action, every decision you make builds the path of discipline, consistency, and self-confidence. Here's the challenge. Apply everything you've learned, even in small doses. Break the cycle, adjust your environment, say no to what doesn't matter, and watch how every little win fuels your growth. Are you ready to feel the real impact of transformation in your life? Or will you let another day slip by without acting? If you want to keep learning how to apply these strategies, grow in entrepreneurship, and achieve concrete results, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Don't let another valuable insight slip away. The moment to change is now.